Welcome to Acumatica, a connected workplace for your business. You can access Acumatica anywhere you have access to the internet, including laptops, smartphones, and tablets. Acumatica is one system to manage the entire business, including all components of the purchasing process. Everything from purchases to sales orders to current and desired inventory levels, vendor lead times, and more is captured in the same system, allowing you to reduce the time typically spent on the manual tasks involved in the purchasing process. As a purchasing manager, I have access to a real-time dashboard showing me actions I need to take, such as specific purchase suggestions or purchases that require my approval. I can also see important key performance indicators, such as purchasing trends or vendor performance based on the average days that they're typically late. Each one of these dashboard tiles allows me to drill down into the details so that I can quickly take action or make a decision. In my example, I went from my approval on my dashboard directly to the PO requiring my approval, and I can see all of the different information that requires my attention. Based on my review of the purchase order, I can decide whether to approve or reject. Because Acumatica completely links financials with inventory, I can use one system to maintain all inventory information that is completely tied in with my general ledger and reporting information. Here I can see a master stock item record that holds all of the information about my inventory, such as valuation methods like standard, average, FIFO, or specific, lot or serial number rules, and unit of measure conversions. I can also clearly see exactly how much inventory I have on hand across multiple locations or warehouses. Here I have multiple warehouse locations, also separated by locations within the warehouse, such as a storage location or row 1, shelf 1, where I have inventory sitting on hand. Each one of my warehouse locations can be tied to replenishment settings, and there are multiple ways to perform replenishments within Acumatica. The most basic form of replenishment is min-max reorder points, where you can determine either a manual reorder point setting or have the system calculate reorder points based on purchasing trends. The use of reorder points in Acumatica is included in the base product and is considered a basic or more simplified version of replenishment. There is also more advanced demand planning in Acumatica with our Material Requirements Planning or MRP module. This module is included with Manufacturing Edition and gives users just-in-time purchasing suggestions. In other words, exactly when you need to take action on your replenishment in order to meet your promise dates for your customers. The MRP module also includes demand forecasting. If my business opts to use min-max reorder points in Acumatica, I could use a dashboard that includes my purchase suggestions to help me determine exactly which items need to be ordered based on the available quantity we have in inventory, the quantity on purchase orders, booked to sales orders, and the specific reorder point and safety stock we have set for those items. This list of purchase suggestions is what I would then use to go out and create a new purchase order. If my business opts to use the Material Requirements Planning module, I can use the MRP display screen, which is my just-in-time supply plan. The MRP display screen takes into consideration all of the factors that I mentioned a moment ago, such as forecasts, existing system demand, such as sales orders and purchase orders, vendor lead times, safety stock, necessary replenishment inputs throughout the system. On this MRP display screen, you can see exactly when the system is suggesting you take action on a specific purchase or manufacturing order in order to meet your promise dates. On the highlighted line here, you can see that the system is suggesting, in order to meet my promise date of the 29th, I should take action on the 12th of the month, and that's based on my MRP requirement from production order number 55. The MRP system allows me to drill down into related documents if needed, and it also allows me to generate my purchases, my production orders, or my transfer orders directly from this screen. In my case, I'll place a purchase order. I can use the MRP module to group multiple items onto the same PO. For example, if I'm placing a purchase order to a vendor who we need to order multiple items from. And in my case, I can see PO number 1734 has been created. Let's go take a look. To do that, I will navigate to my purchase orders screen and I will select the PO right at the top of my list. Notice that as a purchasing manager, I do not have to key in any of this information. The item is dropped in from my MRP screen, the suggested order quantity, and the costs for this particular vendor are all included on the PO for me. As we discussed earlier, Acumatica includes approval processes, and you can design these approvals based on any number of settings, such as the size of your purchases or the department of your purchases. In my case, I'll approve this PO, and I can use Acumatica to email this purchase order to the vendor. I can do this by clicking the Email Purchase Order button, or I could have Acumatica automatically send email notifications based on settings, such as anytime my purchase orders are approved, automatically email a copy to my vendor. You will see that a copy of the activity, in this case an email, is stored on the record. And I can also use notes, tasks, and file management if I need to attach a hard copy of the purchase order or any notes for others in the system. Now that we've placed our purchase order, we can use our dashboards to keep an eye on our open purchase orders awaiting receipt, and as they arrive at our facility, we can receive those POs in. I can do this in Acumatica using scanning devices if your business requires that functionality. Acumatica does include a full warehouse management system. In my case, I'm going to enter this PO receipt by clicking the button. If we only got a partial receipt for this order, I could enter the receipt quantity that actually came in. But as soon as I release this order, in other words, post this order to my general ledger, I can create an AP bill, and I will also be able to physically receive those goods in real time. You see that my on-hand inventory number jumps from 1,160 to 1,516 based on this purchase receipt. Acumatica also allows me to maintain my landed costs within the system. So as I'm including freight and tariff for these orders, I can also factor that into the cost of my inventory. Using an all-inclusive system like Acumatica allows me to eliminate the double entry that's typically associated with this process. There is no need for me to manually adjust my inventory. There is no need for me to run a separate purchasing report. Acumatica takes care of both the calculations and the financial transactions against my general ledger for me, which at the end of the day is what a good ERP system is all about. Acumatica includes 250 standard reports out of the box, including a series of purchasing reports to help you keep a real-time view of your business and understand exactly what your inventory position looks like at all times. You can see a number of examples of these purchase reports, such as purchase order details by vendor, purchase accrual summaries, and purchase receipt histories. I will run a purchase order details by vendor report. I can apply any number of parameters to the report, such as a specific vendor or a specific date range that we would like to analyze data for. Go ahead and run the report. It shows me each vendor that we have done business with, the purchase orders that we have exchanged with that vendor, existing quantities that are open or unbilled, as well as if these purchases are associated with any specific projects within the ERP. I can use Acumatica to export these reports to Excel or PDF. I can send them via email, and I can also print them directly out of Acumatica. I also have the ability to run profitability reports in Acumatica so that I can understand which items, item classes, customers, and orders are producing the best margins for my business. As a purchasing manager, this helps us to improve the bottom line and to reduce the time being spent on preparing the reports that would be needed to get this view of information. It also includes a full fixed assets module, where you can take purchases in the system and convert them to fixed assets. Those fixed assets can then be stored as particular classes and types, along with their useful life, as well as any depreciation schedules associated with the fixed asset. Acumatica will take care of calculating that depreciation and post directly to your books for you. Acumatica is a powerful, web-based ERP system to help manage all aspects of your business. By tying your purchasing into your real-time inventory, sales, and demand planning, you can allow your business to get the right inventory at the right time, avoid back orders and stockouts, increase customer loyalty and satisfaction, and even decrease your surplus inventory and carrying costs by ensuring you're only purchasing the inventory you need. Thank you for joining me for this overview of Acumatica for purchasing managers. If you have any questions or are interested in learning more, I encourage you to reach out to me directly. My name is Jessica Gadbois, and I'm the Acumatica Practice Director here at Synergy Resources. My email is jgadbois, jgadbois, @synergyresources.net.